Welcome back to Animated Movies Recaps. The story begins by showing a monster hotel. Its 125th anniversary is today. Earlier, this hotel was only ruled by monsters, but today some humans could have come to this hotel because this hotel belonged to Dracula, and Dracula's daughter was married to a human named Johnny. He also has a son, and today, on his 125th anniversary, Dracula wants him to take retirement from all his work and name this hotel after his daughter Mavis's husband, Johnny. He was discussing all this with his wife, whom Mavis listens to. Mavis was very happy to hear this. She tells everything to Johnny and tells him to be quiet and not to spoil his surprise. Johnny was happier than the hotel, because Dracula is becoming a part of his family. Until now, Dracula had not considered him a part of his family because he was a human. Johnny had also done a lot for his hotel. But Dracula thought that whatever Johnny does for this hotel is useless. Even today, all the party arrangements were made by Johnny, and according to Dracula's thinking, everything was going wrong. His party was going to be destroyed. Dracula suddenly says everything, pause, freeze everyone, and then fixes the whole party. The party had not started yet, and Mavis told Johnny to keep all his excitement to himself till the party. He goes to Dracula and says, "Thank you, Dracula. I am very happy today. You have made me a part of your family. You will see when you give me this hotel what I will make of this hotel." As soon as Johnny explains what he will change in the hotel, Dracula sees that his hotel is going to be destroyed, and now he changes his decision. And Johnny says, "Sorry, I can't give this hotel to you because according to the law of the monsters, I can only name this hotel after a monster." Hearing this, Johnny is very sad. The party had now started, and everyone was waiting for the announcement. Dracula changes his decision and says, "Now we are going to give this hotel a new look." Hearing this, Dracula's wife was shocked, and Mavis was about to go crazy, and Johnny was just worried about why he was not born a monster. The scientist sitting next to him says, "This is not a matter of worry. I can turn you into a monster." He takes Johnny to his lab and shows him a ray machine, with the help of which he can turn any human into a monster and a monster into a human. He tests this on a small rat which had become a monster in front of Johnny's eyes. Johnny was very excited to try this. Now, as soon as the rays hit Johnny, nothing happens at first, but then suddenly everything started changing. His hands, feet, his nails, his teeth, everything started getting bigger. He had a mustache and he had become a dinosaur with a mustache. Here Johnny was hiding his face from his wife and daughter because he did not have any justification to give them both. Then Johnny comes in front of Dracula very happily and says, "Look, Dracula, I have become a monster. Now you can consider me a part of your family. Now this hotel can be named after me." Dracula was shocked to see this. Now, because the reason behind Johnny becoming a monster is the words of Dracula. If Mamis finds out about this, she will never talk to her dad. In this fear, Dracula uses the same ray gun to turn Johnny back into a human. Johnny runs ahead, and Dracula is behind him trying to turn him into a human, but a lot of his shots have been missed. And in this, what he did once, he hits a wall and Dracula fell from the sky and became a human. He dropped the ray gun from his hand and fell into the water. The ray gun breaks, and all the water there becomes magical. All the guests who come to this hotel think that this is not water but juice. They drink all the water and all the monsters also turn into humans. Everything was messed up, everything had to be fixed, but it can only be done with the help of the ray gun. Dracula tries to get the stone back, but he can't get the stone back. Scientists say that now you have to go very far to get this stone. You have to cross the snowy mountains, you have to cross the sea to get this stone. Dracula wants to fix everything, so she is ready to cross all the dangers. She tells all her friends that her daughter should not know anything about the mess. They board a Dracula plane, which was very broken and old. Draculas did not have any problem while traveling in them, but now that Dracula had become a human, he was very scared while sitting in his own airplane, while Johnny was sitting as if he did not care. When Mavis does not see her dad and her husband anywhere in the hotel, she reaches her dad's room, where she gets the same letter in which it was written that Dracula is naming her daughter and Johnny. After seeing this, as soon as she comes out, she and her mom had seen all the monsters which are now humans. Here both Johnny and Dracula reach their broken plane to South America. Dracula was seeing the sun for the first time. He hides in the coffin. He felt that if he sees the sun, he will burn. Dracula says that now he has become a human. When Johnny reminds him of this, he looks at the sun very closely. As his eyes begin to burn, he does not know when he reached in the middle of the road. His accident was about to happen that Johnny recognizes him, but the rest of the cars have a very bad accident because of him, whose news also comes on TV. And after seeing this news, 𝒕𝒔 and her mom found out where Dracula is. They had to cross a big jungle and then snowy mountains to reach their destination. They were on the way. Johnny was enjoying the journey a lot, but Dracula's condition had deteriorated a lot. He was in a bad condition due to fatigue and thirst, but still he had to travel a lot. As soon as he sees a pool on his way, he jumps into it. He did not know that there would be such dangerous fish here that would bite him. When 𝒕𝒔 and her mom find out everything, she goes to the scientist's room where they first face the same monster on which the first experiment was done. These two bravely fight with him and lock him in a tunnel, and now when they had found out about the whole game, they had also found out where Dracula and Johnny were. So to save them or to take them, she goes out with all the human-made monsters and reaches the same jungle where Johnny and Dracula could be. From this airplane, they take out their parachute and land in the jungle. Johnny came forward very quickly, but Dracula sees in his compass that Johnny has taken the wrong way. Johnny was at the top of the mountain. Dracula tells him to get down from there immediately. And in this way, they fall. They could have died, but suddenly Johnny sees that he can fly. He saves Dracula while flying. They enjoy the happiness of flying. Johnny had made Dracula sit on his back. They travel a lot, and then at night, they sit at one place and rest. Both are talking that when Dracula heats up the marshmallows, it burns. Dracula throws it away. On this, Johnny says, "Why do you always look negative?" He breaks the marshmallows and eats the white and delicious part inside it, and says that until you see the goodness of others, you will not know what the goodness of others is. Dracula also gets into thinking, and then Dracula's wife, using the powers of her gadgets, finds out where they are and reaches them. These people had come to help them. And in this conversation, Johnny finds out that Dracula lied to Johnny that he can't give his hotel to any human. And because of this lie, he had become a monster. All these things had made Johnny crazy with anger. His anger was making him a bigger and more dangerous monster. He goes from there in anger. 𝒕𝒔 goes behind him to stop him. While here, Dracula and his wife both had gone to find the crystal, which could be used to fix everything. Finally, all the team had reached the cave where the crystal was to be found. While here, Johnny's anger was not going to be reduced. His anger makes him crazy. Johnny does not even remember that 𝒕𝒔 is his wife. He also attacks 𝒕𝒔, while 𝒕𝒔's mom calls her and tells her to bring Johnny here somehow. She had also sent 𝒕𝒔 the location. This was difficult for 𝒕𝒔, but 𝒕𝒔, using her mind, which means someone uses her anger as a trap, she gets angry with him and goes ahead herself. In this way, Johnny started following them. This cave was very strange. In this cave, everyone was looking for the stone which no one had found yet. 𝒕𝒔 also finally comes here with Johnny, but because Johnny's size was big, he could not go inside the cave. And 𝒕𝒔 meets her dad. She says to him, "Why did you have to lie?" Dracula had no answer here. He apologizes to his daughter. On the other hand, Johnny started breaking this cave in his anger. Once Johnny hits that cave, 𝒕𝒔 finally sees the stone she needed. 𝒕𝒔 quickly puts that stone on the ray machine so that he can cure Johnny. But in anger, it was not possible to make Johnny human again. It was morning, and it was very sunny in this cave. The sun burns Dracula. In this trouble, 𝒕𝒔 could not complete her work, and then all the human-sized monsters help her. 𝒕𝒔 again hits her husband with the ray machine. But this time, too, this attack did not work. Then suddenly Johnny picks up Dracula. And Dracula says to him, "Forgive me, Johnny, I misunderstood you. You are very good. Now I have started to consider you a part of my family." As soon as he said this, Johnny's anger cooled down. And now when 𝒕𝒔 hit him with the ray gun, he had become a human again. Everything was back to normal. All the human-sized monsters had become monsters again. Finally, Dracula becomes human again. Everything was back to normal. Finally, they were going to their hotel. But what do they see when they go to the hotel? That the first small monster they had made has now become so big that it has destroyed the whole hotel. They control the monster by using the ray machine. When Dracula was very sad, Johnny says to him, "Don't worry, I will make this hotel again." exactly as you want. Here Dracula interrupts him and tells him that now this hotel is yours, you make it exactly as you want. Hearing this, Johnny is very happy. The scene is cut and we are shown the scene after a year where Hotel Transylvania is ready again. It has been prepared by Johnny. Johnny is very happy with which the story ends. How did you like this film? Please tell in the comment box. And subscribe to the channel to watch more such movies.